Hello, this is Brian Rowe with Mythic MTG Tech, talking here today about 10 gold cards that are underpriced for EDH. This is basically a new series that I'm going to be doing based off of one of my Novlomo vlogs that went over really well on just 5 underplayed, underpriced blue cards. I'm going to do actual full videos with 10 each, with the criteria of the cards being under $5 and amazing in EDH. We've got some honorable mentions here, which are Lightning Helix and Putrefy. Both are very inexpensive. These are cards that I don't normally like for EDH because they're kind of a one-time effect. What I'm suggesting with them are cards like Isochronic Scepter or Panopic Mirror, things that will let you use them again and again and again. If you can turn these into value cards, you can dominate a board and do amazing things. Both of these suggestions came from one of the patrons on the channel, and I deeply appreciate that. The number 10 card here I've got is Trygon Predator. Trigon Predator is reusable artifact destruction that flies. The 3 toughness is also very nice to help keep it alive. This is my favorite guy to suit up with a sword also. In the number 9 spot here, I've got Wargate. This is one of those cards that usually when I cast it, people ask to read it. They don't realize how powerful it is. You search up a permanent and put it directly into play. In the number 8 spot here, I've got Vant Charm, and as an honorable mention, pretty much all the other charms. The charms are very inexpensive. They've got 3 modes to them, and usually at least 2 or 3 of the modes are very relevant to EDH, Vant being the best in being able to tuck commanders. In the 7 spot here, I've got the Azorius Guild Mage. Counter target activated abilities is amazing, and it doesn't even take a tap ability. You can lock down a lot of things on a board and get a lot of political control out of a guy who only costs 50 cents. In the number 6 spot here, I've got Electrolyze. Now, you might be saying, wait, this is a one-time use card. It's 2 damage divided anyway. I thought you didn't like those one-time use cards. I do like them if they replace themselves, if they have that draw a card cycle to them. A lot of the challenge in EDH is building up your mana base and then getting 2 more powerful cards while staying alive. Any cards that are going to do some damage, help control the board during that interim, are strong candidates while you get up to the more amazing, incredible cards over time. The number 5 spot here, I've got one of the dual cards, Crime and Punishment, that both puts creatures or enchantments from your opponent's graveyard into play under your control and possibly allows you to wipe the board. I like this option of being able to play either side. Supreme Verdict is another incredible one that I'm shocked makes this list because the price is so low right now. It's about $1.50 since it just rotated out. Cannot be countered is incredible in EDH and even in Legacy. I would definitely pick these up now. In the number 3 spot here, I've got the upgraded version of the split cards, which is the Fuse cards. Turn and Burn looks very weak to players. Taking a creature and turning it into a 0/1 that loses all abilities doesn't look like it kills it. When combined with Burn, it definitely does, but you usually get a 2-for-1 out of this because you're able to block the creature that's a 0/1, and then you're able to burn something else. Beck and Call is another one that has a lot of potential in Modern, but is also great in EDH, and it's very inexpensive right now at the 50-cent mark. If there's a way to draw a bunch of extra cards, Beck is one of those ways, and then Beck and Call often draws you several cards just by itself if you pull it later game. Number 2 spot here, I've got one of my absolute favorites, which is Quarreling Oracle. It's ramp, it draws you a card, it can hold a sword. These combination of taking a spell and pasting it onto a creature makes them much, much more powerful in EDH because it starts to give you blockers. It encourages people to attack other people. The number 1 spot here, I've got Shin Writer, which is another one I was really surprised makes this list for price. It's really an upgraded version of the Desecration Angel, and it works both when it comes into play and when it leaves play. A $2 Mythic that is extremely useful is well worth picking up. for EDH. It's great for a reanimator strategy. It's great for any strategy where you sneak it in. It's also really nice in a ramp deck where you're able to manually cast it. But with this list, just like any other list, I'm sure that you guys have some great ideas. Any that I missed that you think should make the top 10, please put them in the comments. That's another great place that individuals who want to build decks can go, is look at the comments and see what other followers of the channel suggest. If you put some in there that I hadn't thought of at all, I will definitely include them in future videos. I also wanted to say thank you to everybody over on Patreon. We just reached the $100 goal, which means that I will be doing monthly deck techs. The deck tech I did earlier this month on a mono green EDH is just going to be the first in a series. I will be rotating format, so we'll do EDH, we'll do Legacy, we'll do Standard, we'll do Modern. If there's a particular request for a deck, let me know. Thank you, everybody. This has been Brian Rowe with Mythic MTG Tech, and also thank you specifically to Frank G487, who is the newest patron on our credits.